The meaning of Imagashi shows Imagashi is, one of the most famous arcs in Nonz, and it was, really famous around when I was a sophomore in high school, even though I was working on it on my junior year. And the main person that, watched Imagashi and watched Nonz in general was Naren Padan. So after sophomore at America, I couldn't pretend to be popular anymore from freshman year, so what happened was I started hanging out with Indian nerd. Literally a really big Indian nerd that, started to can barely speak English but was, faithful and dedicated to my manga episode. Now, when you grow up, you end up realizing why those people are selfish, because they're more into, other people than they are themselves. And, unlike me, who will be verbal about the situation, aren't, willing enough to admit it. But anyway, Imagashi starts off like this. Okay, so after the Zophios attack arc, literally, there's a void in the sky. There's a portal in the sky, a magical portal in the sky that, transplants, Gabaya, Beta and Tito from their main fights when Beta fought Moon, when Tito fought Kaimaro, and when Gabaya fought Boomer, all the way to a point where they land in this other universe called Imagashi, where they find this medicine healer called OP3. Every single, anime has a healer. There's Orihime from Bleach, there's Wendy, from Fairy Tail, and mine is OP3. So they get OP3 to heal their wounds. And they figure out that they're in a magical place, that everybody's there, Damo and Babylon are there, Jit's definitely there, Zofio is there, and what created Imagashi was Delulu sneaking into the minds of every single, upcoming, prodigy kid that was in Bayaki, all the way to the point where he extracted the strongest guy with the strongest imaginary friends, which was Gabaya Ryoto. Literally, so Gabaya's role is a Jinchuriki in the manga, but he's also targeted by several, mercenary, systems like Deathwire, Zofio, etc. They each want his body for every different reason. Now remember, this is back when I was in high school, when I wasn't so slow, I didn't have a girlfriend, and this is the amazing mind of somebody literally who keeps the cum in their system instead of, letting it all out in a bit, because remember, cum is energy. That's why literally when you bust a nut, you get tired. But that's not the point. Nevertheless, this is composure here. This isn't martial arts. And the whole point of why I'm telling you this video is the exact same reason why this goes hand in hand according to some school. Fuck the, official plays that come with Jessica and Ryan on Thizzler, literally, and recognize that literally this is an old school manga that was meant for special ed, and why it switched up over time, because I recognize that those methods weren't necessary. Okay, so Imagashi continues after they land in the magical place. Recognizes only a limited time before they can get out. Now, Imagashi is ruled by this evil dictator named Suzuya. Suzuya is based off Haruhi Suzumiya in high school. So what happens is they figure out that, they have to find shelter, that they need to, mate with the Imagashi colony. So recently with writing, I figured out that we can fit chocolate in there, that even layer card duties that we could fit skills in there, but it might not be able to be the best idea. There could be one-liners with Boomer, there could be a fact that skills and Boomer are separated, that didn't reunite as boyfriend and girlfriend afterwards, which I feel like is shit writing, is forced writing, so I don't care. But this is when I was heavy on Fairy Tail, when I used to love Erza versus Azuma. Black guy versus a kinky bitch with red hair. And Imagashi is obviously based off the hit anime One Shot that is Inuyasha. So nevertheless, as they cover ground, they end up, walking into what was formerly known as the Chaos 8, which was, drastically changed to the Chaos 5 in high school, or at the adult world, with the fact that there's already a Chaos 5 with Zofio. So the original Chaos 5 idea was, when we go to say Boomer. So during the Imagashi arc, the Chaos 8 would invite Jackpot Splicer. Another problem with Flow, literally gets killed by Zap, literally, so Zap summons a Halo and ends up killing Jack Splicer. On the way, before that happens, literally, Damo and Babylon get into a fight with Kanabi and Jabo. Literally, Jabo is based off the JavaScript, which is my mom's favorite shit, which is why I love Mama Chi-Chi and why I love social media. Stop pretending, literally, this isn't the whole world. Literally, you're doing everything you can to fight it. So, I'm telling you literally what it is. Literally, before I got paid, literally, pretending that I'm not gonna get paid because it doesn't matter, you're not respecting their economy. So I'm just laying the beans at the table like even Steven. So what ends up happening is, Damo and Babylon lose horribly, but they recognize literally how powerful they actually are on the manga. Like in the middle, Damo and Daemon Babylon actually selling the blue chicken. And it was really funny because it's a big ass chicken and they actually are formidable match for Kanabi. So Kanabi is based off Sasori and Naruto, and Jabo is obviously based off the Jabo script from my mom. Jabo is a fusion between Samurai Jack and Johnny Bravo, so it's really good there. Now when you wake up and when you get older, you recognize that literally Jabo is Zap's older brother. So remember, Zap was just an original, character to replace Shikamaru. Literally, he was never the cultural phenomenon dating literally fucking niggas up from my feet. Literally, that yesterday because I learned martial arts, I learned how to be social. Now, Zap has multiple girlfriends just like every other harems and Nonz, which is why curse that elephant statue is necessary. Because the problem with flow is you can't get your on. If you do your resource of flow, it can get you stuck, really get you stuck like a hamster in a reel. One of the best examples of flow is Get Bucket here on my channel. Literally, it shows you literally that, why I did the original Goodbye Murioku video. Literally, how I had a bad day without the sleeves. Literally, it makes you know stuff like that. So the anime community makes you accept certain things because they override your mind or information, tricking you, thinking that it's a delicacy, but it really was less than it was before. So compare the third Mizukage to Neji versus Kinemaro. Literally, and so the argument is that things can't fucking progress. I never got through in high school or the ARL Animation Rap League saying things like, we grew up in Naruto, we saw Naruto struggle, we saw, Naruto conquer champions. Literally, they reply some smart shit like Naruto literally has a smart ass fucking demon fox in him. He's a punk ass bitch. Literally, think about that shit. Literally, that gives you literally, martial arts gives you literally the composure to belittle something, better like that. To belittle something, great like that. But anyway, what ends up happening is, Gabaya fights his people, Kikazu fights his people, Kikazu's supposed to be fighting a guy that was actually a mixture of Jalal and Rabluchi. Back where Jalal has the same hair, arrow tattoos under his eyelids, literally, and the only thing Rabluchi was a collar. Boom, that's composure. So it was a coincidence that it was a rap battle, so making theories is, obviously retarded. Obviously very retarded for nerds. And so, we figure out that Suzuya is a really big ass fucking threat, so when we get to higher levels, after, Daemon Babylon fight their foes, right before, Iroku Foriyaka fights Delulu at the end of Imagashi, we recognize that Suzuya has a younger sister named Ladira, and Ladira was based off, Erza and Deidara. So that is flow. That is maximum flow. And the main thing I'm trying to make you realize is the company was mad that I was, mixing flow, with martial arts, and I made, the example of Skittles, and Skittles is their excuse for everything. Okay, so no matter which way you want to break it, literally, Skittles is why you have to recognize why a human has to have a response. I grew up to be older enough to make Nonz die, so now you get the picture. So what's gonna end up happening at the end of Imagashi is Boomer and Gabaya are gonna end up together to fight Suzuya together. So I am adding, the new, digital external features like on Chocolate playing with, the smartphone, where we get the Pokemon summonings, we're gonna get all that. We're gonna get Yushomaru, not Sugio, but Yushomaru and Imagashi, literally, because that's where he was born. So, there's gonna be a lot of things in Nonz. Literally, there's gonna be Capito Kai, transformation where we can fuse characters together in order to make them whole beings in the manga. Literally, there's gonna be a whole bunch of that. So what I did is I gave you the movie description so you won't be tripping about the anime saying we have to wait for this, we have to wait for that, we have to wait for Cincinnati. So everything's all on the climb, but we have a lot to look forward to with Bree and Breezegate. So Breezegate is the original formula, but that's not the point. So recognize I am an adult outside this manga, and I do have a low tolerance for bullshit in defeating the purpose, like what you do in Storm, for example. I understand that Storm is over 5 years old, and I'm ready for the 5th one to come out, so it's no biggie to me, it's no swear out my bones. So while I do what you faggots do in the anime community and stop where I'm ahead, and every time I'm about to lose I disconnect until my record becomes right. So after Imagashi, Taiko ends up, teaming up for a character named Gen X, okay? So Gen X obviously gets trampled by Suzuya in the beginning of the Imagashi arc, literally all the way into the point where after, Imagashi, we were all washed up on shore, literally Taiko, fuses with Gen X to get a robotic, right arm that is, similar to Cyborg from Teen Titans, and on the way he ends up teaming up for Daemon Babylon and ends up creating his own crew to counter Zofio. So this is Nonz, the Imagashi arc.